His charisma and style goes beyond the border. और सब इसी हेरा फेरी में लगे हुए हैं कि बॉस इनके स्टाइल और स्वैग का राज क्या है. सब दीवाने हुए पागल इनको देखकर. When it comes to style, swag and working on himself, he says मैं हूँ ना. He did a film called Our Men at Work, but I'll tell you what, Anna is always at work. Ladies and gentlemen, the man, the OG action star of India, Mr. Suniel Shetty.
होगा वो पास होऊंगा, ये जो डर हम बचपन से बच्चों को स्कूल में फेल होगा तो मैं मारूंगा, ये करोगे तो आई थिंक वहीं से शुरू होता बायोहैकिंग. जहाँ आप अपने बच्चों को कॉन्फिडेंस देते हो, इसीलिए स्पोर्ट्स की बात करते हैं. तो जहाँ आप खुश हो, आपकी हैकिंग परफेक्ट हो जाती है क्योंकि दिमाग यहाँ पर है, दिमाग यहाँ नहीं है. गट से पूरी हमारी ये सिस्टम चलता है. तो
prevention is better than
absolutely and prevention and it's that's why if it is even if it's biohacking, आप कुछ भी करो नहीं चलेगा अगर मेंटली आप डरे हुए या मेंटली आप स्ट्रेस हो. कोई बीमार हो, जैसे मेरी सबसे बड़ी वीकनेस है, कोई बीमार हो तो मैं नर्वस हो जाता हूँ. तो आई हैव टू मेंटली स्टार्ट प्रिपेयरिंग माई सेल्फ कि नहीं ये पार्ट एंड पार्सल लाइफ का है और बीमार होगा तो यू नो वी नीड. सो दोज आर द थिंग्स. बट
everybody can do the recovery बहुत अच्छा है. Any injury you happen to have, any surgery done. Yeah, we can do it.
अन्ना अंदर जाओ.
मैं अबे this exactly gets into your plasma, the oxygen gets into plasma और recovery fast. एक महीने के अंदर आपकी रिकवरी ऐसे हो जाएगी. आपको लग रहा है कि 6, 8, 10 महीने लगते हैं इसको खड़ा होने के लिए. उसमें एक महीने के अंदर ऐसे सेशन फॉर अबाउट 40 मिनट 50 मिनट सेशन है. डू इट फॉर अबाउट मे बी अबाउट 30-40 डेज एंड यू आर आउट ऑफ इट. इतना फास्ट रिएक्शन है सर, इतना फास्ट रिजल्ट. Yeah, suppose 4 to 5 days you have to do it. Maybe if you want to really get the recovery fast, and then it's just to maintain once a week or twice a week you can do it.
It's also for heart patients, isn't it?
No, this is not. जिसने सर्जरी किया हुआ है इसको करनी है. इसका आँख
नहीं सर्जरी बट नॉर्मल हार्ट इश्यूज.
हाँ, अगर वो नॉर्मल स्टेज में लगता है तो हम उसको सजेस्ट करते हैं. उनका एक्सरे निकाल के उसके हिसाब से हम ले सकते हैं कि व्हाट इज द स्टेटस क्या होता है, whether he is able to do it or not.
That are there that you will be providing in the Biohacker?
So, first of all, we have IV therapy wherein we will deliver the nutrients directly into your bloodstream wherever we find that there is any deficiency in vitamin or minerals or any such problems we have. We will try to give the IV as per our reports, and then that is delivered immediately, and that's the instant result what we can see in few hours also. And thereafter we have compression therapies like हमारा जो ड्रेनेज सिस्टम होता है बॉडी का, जो लिम्फेटिक ड्रेनेज बोलते हैं उसको. सो बेसिकली इट रिमूव्स द ड्रेनेज फ्रॉम आवर नोड्स, उनको डिटॉक्स कर लेते हैं. देन वी हैव HBOT जो हाइपोबैरिक ऑक्सीजन थेरेपी बोलते हैं, जहाँ पे वी हैव बेड लाइक एंड यू आर इन ले डाउन इन कॉम्प्रेस्ड इन्वायरमेंट. वहाँ पे ऑक्सीजन जो है वो बहुत ज़्यादा होता है एंड इट गोज़ इनटू योर प्लाज्मा डायरेक्टली एंड गिव द रिजल्ट्स. इट रीचेस टू द ईच एंड एवरी पार्ट ऑफ द बॉडी मच फास्टर एज इज रिक्वायर्ड व्हेनेवर इट इज देयर प्रॉब्लम. देन वी हैव पेप्टाइड थेरेपी. सो पेप्टाइड इज समथिंग जो अभी नेक्स्ट जनरेशन ट्रीटमेंट होगा साइंस में. इज गोइंग टू बी अ बिग वन, जहाँ पे पेप्टाइड विल बी वर्किंग एज अ प्रोटीन ट्रीटमेंट है. बेसिकली वी आर गिविंग प्रोटीन टू योर बॉडी एंड इट्स गोइंग टू हील. बहुत सारे ऑपरेशंस हैं, सर्जरी है जो बच सकती है उससे. वी कैन रीजनरेट टिश्यूज, लिगामेंट्स. बहुत सारा फास्ट मूवमेंट होता है. सो 30 days ट्रीटमेंट एंड यू हैव अ डिफरेंट ओवरऑल टोटली अलग इसका रिजल्ट है. देन वी हैव इंफ्रारेड ओजोन थेरेपी, जहाँ पे वी एबल टू बर्न 400 कैलोरीज. वी एबल टू डिटॉक्स, हमारा पूरा डिटॉक्स जो भी वायरस फंगाई जो भी डिटॉक्स ट्रीटमेंट हो जाता है. इट्स अबाउट 30 minutes सेशन, जहाँ पे वी एबल टू गेट एनी मेटल्स जो भी है वो सब डिटॉक्स कर सकते हैं हम लोग. देन वी हैव रेड लाइट थेरेपी, जो ये बहुत अभी आज की तारीख में बहुत चल रहा है. red light therapy. It's basically different type of red light, infrared lights होती है जो आपके स्किन में जाती है. It goes deep inside. Every light has a blue, green, red. Every light has a different nanometers का उनका strength है, which goes deep inside your skin, stimulate the mitochondria, and basically हमारा जो cellular treatment होता है, it works on the roots, the cells, जहाँ पे हमारे ये यूनिट होती है. Then we have skin का glow होता है. Then we have lot of pain relief things which is work through red light therapy. Then we have intravenous laser therapy जो रेड लाइट थेरेपी होती है. ऐसा सीधा डायरेक्ट हम आपके ब्लड में फ्लो में वी आर गेटिंग इनटू दैट एंड वी गिविंग लाइट्स इनटू, तो उसका हीलिंग इज मच मोर फास्टर, बहुत ज़्यादा फास्ट होता है उसके हिसाब से. सो देन वी हैव अ क्रायो थिंग विच इज़ वी पुट योरसेल्फ इन, आपको एक एनवायरनमेंट मतलब जो बर्फ़ का एनवायरनमेंट अबाउट माइनस डिग्री होता है, इस ऑलमोस्ट 0 डिग्री पे रखते हैं आपको, जहाँ पे आपका ब्लड फ्रीज हो जाता है. एंड देन यू नो इट इज देयर फॉर द मोमेंट टू कम आउट. द उसका फ्लो जो है इतना फास्ट हो जाता है कि एनी पेन इन द बॉडी, लाइक इट्स अ रिकवरी बेसिकली. इट्स वर्क एज अ रिकवरी फॉर पीपल अदर एथलीट्स और एनी अदर थिंग प्रॉब्लम वी हैव. इट बूस्ट योर इम्यूनिटी ऑल्सो. So there are multiple things which we work. We see we have a DNA test. We have a oligoscan. Basically, we scan something. So a lot of new invented items are there which we work on it, and then we have a different results. Overall, we can work on them.
So I think overall the whole gist of this afternoon is very simple that I understand. मुझे समझ में आता है कि optimization of human health, trying to bring about a change in the future. Like Sir said very rightfully, on the weekends we are going to ask for vitamin D shots and not probably tequila shots. But that's very interesting. I think what's very cool is something that we take from both of you all, and what I have understood. And so not just as a fan, but as somebody who believes I'm from a generation who wants to see examples. I don't want to see people talk and tell me कि ऐसा करना चाहिए, वैसा करना चाहिए, because I will not listen. I will just do the opposite. So thank you for leading with example, because you walk your talk and you've always done it. So thank you. This is not a part of my script, but this is just coming straight from my heart. And so Dharmani, thank you so much, because I see you training in the morning, and sometimes when I am lazy, I'm like, यार ये कर रहे हैं तो मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, मैं भी जाके अपना सेट कंप्लीट कर लेता हूँ. So thank you very much for joining me, gentlemen, over here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being such an awesome press and giving us your time. Most importantly, time is the most precious thing. We'll one day learn to biohack this time also. But we've learned to reverse age through this technology. So thank you very much. My name is Glenn Sildana. I'm signing off, and we'll have a photo op session. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
The biggest center very, very soon.
Good afternoon, Suniel sir. Good afternoon, Lalita. Hansi Dave from 18R this side. Many congratulations on this new innovation. In this era where we see everything changing right away in lesser time, to be ahead of the curve is very much necessary. Why do you think is a concept like biohacking necessary in today's time?
Because it's about preventive wellness. We've been through one pandemic, and we want to make sure that if ever the next one hits, we're way ahead of the curve. You know, we can cure our own bodies. We can cure ourselves mentally, physically, and otherwise. Even from a science perspective, we're way ahead. And somewhere down the line, biohacking involves a lot of India also. So you see, it's about being happy. It's about you breathing right, you understanding your ailments and working on it. Whether it's through science or whether it's individually, some people can afford, some people can't. Whether it's nutrition that will cure it, or whether it's that mental space. What happens to the generation that comes next? For me, biohacking is also walking in a forest. You know, people talk about grounding and walking bare feet. Our Rishi Munis and our gurus always did it. First it was called jump dirt, Indians, sit on the ground, but everybody is following it. So the West has always picked up everything, presented it differently. Yoga, hot yoga. अरे गर्मी में ही योगा होती है इंडिया में, कहाँ बर्फ पड़ती है सब जगह. So that's why I've always argued, I've always fought, and I've always held our own, and I've always placed ourselves ahead of anybody else. So whether it's healing through food or healing through spices, this is what biohacking is all about. The minute you have an idea of your ailment, you start working on it. It could be here, it could be at home, it could be anywhere. So we're there, and because Lalit is married to this concept. But because Lalit is married to this, there's a lot of focus, and Satvik is anyways. So he's God's child. it works brilliantly for me because there's a mindset that works, and for me, depression is not about, "Arey yaar, ye pagal hai yaar." No, it's about a chemical imbalance. It's about looking at somebody differently. If it's a drug addict, I would never say isko jail mein डाल दो यार. मैं बोलूँगा work on him. हमारा बच्चा हो सकता है, आपका भाई हो सकता है. Are we going to just dump someone, or are we going to start working on that child? So biohacking also involves being a great human being. Also means being compassionate about someone next to you. Because that dopamine from him might flow into him, and he might start feeling better. I watch cricket, I watch a sport, I watch children playing. I feel good about it. I get my childhood back. That is what it is all about.
So I think a gratitude journal also is a biohacking basically. It's speaking something good about people, saying good about people, like how Suniel said. Seeing good in a human being is biohacking. It's as simple as it.
You had a question, ma'am.
Yes. Hi, sir. Sabina here from Times of India. My question is to Sunil, sir. I wanted to ask you, have you tried the Biohacker treatment on you, and what effects have you seen on yourself?
Clarity, especially from a skin perspective, ice and that dunk feels amazing. I mean, it's death when you begin, when you get into it, but the recovery is unbelievable. And the thing is, for me, more than treatments, I've always followed this routine. There is this term now called biohacking, which is very good. Biologically, you understand yourself, and and you're hacking all the ailments and working on it. So, like I said, this is a clinic that will, the science and you'll understand what is wrong with you. But the larger centers are centers where you can understand yourself better and heal yourself on your own. Like I said, I send you into a forest. If you ever go for a safari in the morning, when you're back from the safari, you're on a different high. What is that high? Has somebody injected anything into you? Nothing. It's just that you breathe better, you're thinking better. There's mind fog that is there, doesn't exist anymore. It's like yoga and sport and the adrenaline that you get when you exercise. That's it. And yes, every treatment is something that I want to go into. There are certain issues that when I checked, there are some impurities in my chemicals in my own bloodstream, and I've always believed that I've eaten right. It's not what I've eaten; it's where the produce has come from that probably is wrong, and we have no control over that. So it's just about understanding and improving and staying healthy.
Thank you.
Mr. Damani, one very important question is about the therapies. Sir just spoke about the ice therapy and a lot of other things that help. But can you take us in brief through the therapies